Okay guys, here we go for Friday night 9-ball again, and we've got the two players lagging off, and it's Mr. Bill from the States and Romario from the UK, and I think we've got quite a big turnout this week, so they've just broke off, or Mr. Bill's just broke off. We'll have a look at the bracket, and we'll see that this is a third round match between Mr. Bill and Romario. Romario is getting the last two balls, which is still a good handicap for him against Bill, so it's got the potential to be a close match. And I think we've got about 23 players in this or something this week, so it's quite busy, and there's still a lot of matches to go through, and this tournament will be still going long after I've gone to bed, I can assure you. So we know it's a race to 7, we know it's a handicap tournament by now, and we've already said Romario's getting the last two balls, whatever they might be. It might be the 6 and the 9, it might be the 5 and the 9, we don't know, but we'll see if we can make the most of them against Mr. Bill. And Bill's at the table. Just a little soft one in the 3, should be on the 4. And this is where it gets crucial in each rack, when it gets down to the last 2 or 3 balls, because that puts the pressure on Bill to run out. And the way his rating is, he's expected to run out. And if he makes mistakes like that, then Romario should be looking to capitalise, although it doesn't look. Let's have a wee look. Yeah, I think Bill's got away with it, and Romario might go for the cross bank here. Still got to control the cue ball though, and he's scratched, and the 5's gone. No, it hasn't. I thought the 5 had gone in, but I think that's Romario's chance gone in this rack. But strange things happen. Now Bill needs to get right off that side cushion on the right hand side and back across for the 8. And this is where he doesn't want to let the cue ball get away. He needs to get this across the table. It looks as if he's going to just roll it in and go round the corner. Yep, he's got the pace right. So Bill's going to win the first rack. And it's winner breaks, of course. And I think that was the 3 ball that went in the top right hand corner. Yep, he's got no shot in the 1 though, so he's just looking to play a push. And again, it's a good opportunity for Mario to look for a good safety here. And he's went for the cut. Well, if he's going to win it, he's going to win it by going for every shot. I thought he'd have been better playing a good safety, but he's made up his mind, as he usually does. Just going to go for it. And he's overhit that. He's now left it tough. And he's overcut it. And I think that's, yeah, just covered by the looks of it, but I think Bill's going to try and just sneak round the 6, just catch that 5 ball. So Romario made his mind up there to go for the run out, left himself the tough shot, and again just down to overhitting a positional shot. Had he got the position, he'd have probably run out, but leaving yourself awkward shots all the time, you're going to have to work hard to keep potting them. And as it is, Bill looks as if he's going to settle this rack as well. Anything but straight. And that's okay, but he's still going to have to be fairly firm with this just to get the cue ball out and across for the 9. And got it clean. And just a roll in the 9, and Bill's gone into an early lead by 2 racks to 0. But like I say, any mistakes Bill makes, Romario really has to capitalise. He's getting the last 2, and that's a good handicap for him. Well, I think at best here Romario's going to try and play a 3-ball combo. The 1 onto the 6 onto the 7, and he's got it. He's got to ride his luck for position in the 1, and as you can see, he's not got it. So again, he's just forced in to play a kick, and it's not gone safe. So the troublesome ball here is going to be the 8-ball. It's in an awkward place just off that jaw on the rail there. Well, if it wasn't tight to the rail, Bill's just made it tight to the rail now. And that's overpowered, or overhit I should say. So now Bill's got a, well, it's a tough cut. He's just going to play the safe, which is the right shot, and just leave nothing for Romario other than a kick again. That looks a bit weak. Yeah, that was weak right from the off there. Bill just roll this 5 dead weight onto the 6, and he wants to try and catch this 6-ball full in the face just to leave the 5 there. If he gets it thin, the 5 could go safe, and he's played it right. Now here's the problem shot. This is a tough one. He's going to go all round to get in behind the 8, and that cue ball is tracking nicely. Anything again but straight. So this is a tough one. Now how's that 8-ball to that jaw? Well, that's fine, and I don't think it's going to make it. So Romario has got his gilt edge opportunity here. Just needs to get the cue ball into the middle of the table somewhere, and that'll do. Well, in fact he didn't. He just needed to pot one of the last 2, didn't he? Of course, I've forgotten again about the handicap. But all that matters is Romario's off the mat. He's still trailing by 2 racks to 1. But he's come up dry with the break and left the 1 on. And that's going to be a problem, I think. Yeah, Bill can only see a third of that 2-ball, so just look to cut it away somewhere and get safe if he can. So this is Romario's chance to very quickly square this match up. I think he's left that straight, so he's going to have to draw it. Yeah, and he's got to get lucky here, because there is traffic, and he's okay. He's played that nice weight. was poor. That was poor, Romario. You know it was. You're too much of a hurry. Too much of a hurry. Just needed to roll the thing in. I mean, the 7 and then the 8 ball would have won him the rack, but well, that was an awkward cut for Bill, and Romario's just left with the bank, which you feel he's got to get this time, and he's overhit it. Too much angle on it, but it's gone. Well, I'm going to say it's gone safe, because that's a tough cut, and you wouldn't play a cut like that in real life. I don't think you'd look to try and play it safe. Again, Bill's tried to cross bank it, and really this time there's no excuse surely for Romario. He's got to get this. Just needs the 6, the 7 and the 8 ball to tie it up. So it's now 2 racks all, and you feel now we've got a match on. Having said that, Romario's just broken scratched again. Now Bill's sitting right behind the 1 ball, 9 balls more or less over the pocket. 1-9 combo coming up, and then it goes, and so Romario getting full punishment there for the scratch and a break. Unfortunate for him, he left a 9 ball up, 1 ball out in the open, and it's an open invitation, so Bill's back into the lead. Now that 7 and 8 ball up there, they're not set to that pocket, but it can be made. That was a good shot by Romario. Nice pace, and can just stun down for the 3 if he wants, and he's overhit it. He didn't play it to put the cue ball there, he wanted that 3 into the middle. And I think again he's the wrong angle, so he's going to play this with right hand English. He needs to watch he doesn't scratch. And again, this has got to be forced in to get the cue ball back and out for this 6. And that was weak again. I don't believe he intended to leave that as a bank. Well, he's got the cut. He's got the cut, but again, I still say he never played for that. And in goes the 8. But it's the last 2, remember, so he's got to bank this 7. And it's not sitting nice for a bank, I don't think. I think he's got to shape this for the bank. Well, he's went for the reverse bank, then it goes. So, not conventional, but it still worked. And he's got a ball in the break. 2 and 3 are certainly gone down. And he's unfortunate again, I think. Can he squeeze that 1? No. Well, Bill lashed out at a bank there, I think. It hasn't worked. And again, this is tough, but it is a chance for Romario. And he's played that one well. Now, can he hold himself together for another 2 or 3 shots here? Well, disaster. Commentator scarce. It's blown him out of the water, hooked himself behind the 9. And, well, this is going to be all too easy to finish this rack for Mr. Bill. Just looking to see where the balls are sitting. And of course he needs to leave an angle in this 7 to get the cue ball out and across. Well, He can come back or he can go forward. Either way, he can certainly get across for the 8. And he's just got to roll this in dead weight and drop the cue ball onto that end cushion up there. Or as close as he can, and that's okay. So this match looks as if it's going to go back to and fro. And it's went back to Bill. Bill's up by 4 racks to 3 now. Looks like another dry break. Now again, I think Bill's got fortune in his side there. That 4 ball's just run through and covered up the 1. And Romario just going to probably tuck the cue ball up in the corner. Well, I don't think that's the best push out, because he's probably just going to get put back in, as he has done. And now Romario's in trouble. Going to try and make a kick shot there, and of course the angle wasn't there to do it. And now it's been handed back to Bill, and the balls are all sitting in the open. And it's the old saying, just join the dots. 1 ball down this end, 2 ball up in the left hand corner. Now he's left this at distance again, so the problem is getting back up far enough for this 3. And he's managed to accomplish that. Now maybe just a little soft one in the 3 here and leave that 4 into the left middle. Now here's the crucial one, getting onto the 5. And that's just going to sit nice. And again, simple shot, just a little roll through and the 6 ball into the left middle. Well, he stunned it. Now the cue ball's going to be running around the corner here. Well, he's managed to hold its line. I thought the angle was going to take him away there. He might have played that with a bit inside English just to hold it, I couldn't tell. Well, that's going a bit too far again. And it just makes it uncomfortable. These awkward cutbacks, it's always likely it's going to be cut back to the end rail first and hit that jaw. They're always awkward. But this is no problem for Bill, and it goes clean. And so Bill's now looking at opening up a gap here. Well, in goes the 9. Cue ball's okay, so Mr. Bill now leads Romario by 5 racks to 3. And remember, it's a race to 7. And 3 ball goes in, something went into the left middle. What was that that went in? Was it the 1 ball? Nothing again. 2 balls sitting safe up there. And I think Bill would like another go at that one. That was poor. Very weak. Looking for cover behind the 9 ball there, but really under hit it. Well, Romario won't be bothering as long as he manages to get to these last 2 balls. And it's not a lot to ask, because again they're all sitting clean. And this should be another notch in the board for Romario here. Oh dear. Oh, again, that was just a slightly awkward angle. And if he just takes his time, he's not going to be doing that. But he's left it awkward, and of course he's rattled it in the jaws. So that's another rack going to be thrown away, I think. And Bill just needs to roll it in. So now Bill's sitting on the hill, just needing the one rack. He's leading by 6 racks to 3. And I mean, I can think in at least 2 if not 3 racks where Romario really should have went on to win the racks. And I still say it doesn't take enough time. Well, that's going to be a scratch though. Bill's banked to 1 ball but scratched. And again, Romario's sitting with ball in hand. And he's overhit that slightly. And he's now hampered by the 5 ball while he's trying to cut this 3 onto the 7. Dare I say it, this has got to be a rack for Romario. Now that's gone a little too far as well for real comfort. He's got to control this cue ball, and again he's overcut it. So that's 2 or 3 bad misses by Romario, and that's the match going to be all over. And Bill just left to tidy up the bits and pieces that are left here. Again, off the side rail, out into the middle of the table, onto the 9, and a roll in the 9. And Bill goes on into round 4, and he wins the match by 7 racks to 3. And Romario is going to have to fight his cause in the 1 loss side.